Right now, we're asking questions to work through the inconsistencies about the deadly police shooting in downtown Minneapolis earlier this week.
Last night, officials released footage of the incident from one body camera, and we want to warn you before you show it. It's hard to watch, especially for kids. Let's give you some background first, though. This incident happened at the Bolero Flats apartment complex on Wednesday morning. This is just before 7 a.m. Inside the building, Minneapolis police were executing a search warrant as part of a St. Paul homicide investigation. Well, that's when they entered an apartment and they left a young man dead here. Let's get to the newsroom right now where Marielle Mose is digging through all of the new information that we have received in just the past 12 hours. Elle?
Well, Heather, another graphic video warning before we play a portion of this body camera footage of the deadly encounter. The video does pick up when the SWAT team first opens the door to the apartment and makes their presence known for the first time.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant!
The rest of the video shows several gunshots going off, killing the man. Now let's walk through this video one more time, slower. You can see one officer using a key to unlock the door to this apartment in complete silence, no knocking or making their presence known at this point. It's not until they open the door that they loudly begin entering the apartment. Then at some point, just shortly after this, you'll be able to see a person emerging from underneath a blanket or a bedspread. Now, I want to pause right here before the shots go. MPD sent us this screen grab. You can see that there is a person coming out from underneath the blanket holding a gun right here. Just 10 seconds after opening the apartment door, Officer Mark Hanneman shoots this person, who we now know is 22-year-old Amir Locke. Initially, Chief Huffman says that Locke was pointing the gun at officers, which is why they shot him. But she was questioned on this at a late-night news conference, because in this video, it's not apparent if he was pointing this gun at any officers or just simply holding it.
But it looked to me as if that gun in Mr. Locke's hand was pointed toward the floor.
And certainly when the county attorney's office reviews that case, they will be carefully examining all of those factors. And I'm absolutely positive they will take a look at that. Of course, we all know these events happen very rapidly, and as there's a gun emerging in your direction, you're forced to make a split-second decision about when it's a threat.
And this moment was quickly disrupted by civil rights lawyer and prominent activist Nakima Levy-Armstrong, who was in the room alongside journalists. She called their statements scripted and a cover-up. She also questioned her role on a public safety community board with the mayor and the chief.
This is unacceptable. I'm sorry, it is. When I agreed to work with you on the work group, we talked about the importance of transparency and accountability. And here what we are seeing is business as usual. Yes. And you know this, Amelia. You know this, Jacob. I don't know how you guys slept that night. I couldn't sleep at night. Tears from a mother's perspective, thinking about what happened. I saw the picture of Amir. He looks like a boy. My son is 17 years old. He has slept on his friends' couches for sleepovers. So we cannot sit here and whitewash this and pretend that it's okay.
Police told us that the reason SWAT was there in the first place was to execute a search warrant for a murder investigation on behalf of St. Paul Police. But last night we learned that the victim here, Amir Locke, was not listed on that warrant. After the disruption by activists, the chief and mayor ended their news conference. So there are still a lot of questions that were left unanswered.
And still a lot of inconsistencies we need to figure out. Right, Marielle Mose, thank you.